You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not... Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table, the blade is your implement. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it...
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She knows what she'd do.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what It's not like you'd believe me. Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so...
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink in. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here. The blade! Move the... As your body remains frozen in stubborn...
We both know this.
She nervously reaches towards you.
I'm sorry.
She plunges it into your chest.
Oh no!
Stay strong. For her sake. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your...
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her...
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and... Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, if it's the latter, what do you think happened after? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or... She would never. She's a convoluted. Just be quick about it. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with... Are we running away? What are you doing? Seriously? You're just going to... Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this... That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying... Oh, it's going to resolve splendid... The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is... You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow... I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little... Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. My love! We're here to rescue you from your... You know she can't hear you. She may not be able to hear... Oh, your spirit's plenty...
I was so worried about you. You remember me, right?
You're on a path in the woods. Seriously? You're just... Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't... That's strange. You're really keen on wasting... Killing is such a... But fine. You turn around. Upward you look... There's always a choice. Let me. And here we. At first, but as you focus on yourself in every direct. Wait, you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? You've doomed us all. You know that, right? You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. You're on a path. You're here. A terror. If he doesn't. I don't know. If by the world really did, the world hasn't. A warn. She will lie. Twist. Ignore it. Let's. The interior of the cabin is odd. The air smelling faint. If he wants. I've already. You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against. But there was a. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again. Then we'll. The door to the basement creaks open. The air here has her voice.
Hi, though. Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she? Well, she's not a princess, that's for sure. She is a princess. Don't let your imagination run wild.
That sounds nice. We don't remember the last time we had company.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward. As you enter the next room, the form of the princess comes into view, her wrist bound to the far wall in heavy shackles. She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other, the loose skin of her face stretching into something resembling a smile. Holy shit. If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we would have taken the knife?
Why are you just standing there?
You're on a path. You're here. Does it? Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up. A warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through. Ignore him. The interior of the blade. The door to the basement. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock up. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Do you? You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to see your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as men. We can still turn this around. Are you serious? As internal bleeding set, you lacked the will to finish the job. You're bruised and the princess, exhausted. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you, and then she brings her. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think.
It's too bad.
Everything goes black, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. Again? If he doesn't remember, you know. What does it mean? She is. She will. We might. Can we? I'm not. You're being. Just. I agree. Rescue. So. If that's what you want. The interior of the cabin is large. The blade is. Why do we feel so? We don't feel so. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's death. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? For the last time, though, for what it's worth, probably. He knows. I care about whether we're being lying. I'm not lying. No blade this time. Blade. No blade. It doesn't matter. The door to the basement creaks. It's still a stone base. Her booming voice.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. You shouldn't have come down here, Anna. We need to get down there. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? It doesn't matter what that little voice. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. That isn't what she looked like last time. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Your Honor, you're here. That's the spirit. You make your way. A warning. She will We're not going to go through. Ignore him. The interior blade. You take the blade. The door to the... Oh, she sound... Don't let it...
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walked. She's focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long... Don't you dare. It's fine. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tight.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her? She's unarmed. If you hesitate...
Then I'm not talking to you. I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts. A moment of distraction and hesitation. It feels like you've been... Holy shit! Though she's unarmed. The shock you're... We can still... Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some... Fine. You make a mad dash to the...
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The links clatter to the floor, useless. She's free. Hurry! You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay. We can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to...
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer. One silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.